Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Round 10, featuring 31 exclusive sketches. Yeah, we've got one bonus one at the end of the month. And this is today's sketch, and it's by Carrie Simmons, and it has some layers there, a tag, has a flower. I'm going to use a mason jar looking thing, and yeah, I'm going to try to make it pretty similar to the original. And this is a photo I'm scrapping. It is of my grandson Malachi. I'm going to use these bug dies and one of those geometric dies and three fonts for my title. And the collection I'm using is Photoplay Little Boys Have Big Adventures. And you see that last piece of paper is, I pulled out the sticker sheet so I could read it. I am going to use a couple of stickers though. And it's gutted, and see the bugs on the back there? Well, I planned on fussy cutting, and then I thought, oh, I wasn't even halfway done. Well, maybe I was halfway done with the first bug and decided to use my dies and make my own instead. But I still have it in case I decide to use it for the next layout and do some fussy cutting then. The sketch. The sketch has like a scalloped layer across the bottom of the photo. I'm making mine into a banner instead, and I am making the long tag. I used a scrap for it. I might have used a different color. I'm thinking I might have used yellow if I hadn't had that scrap, and thought, well, I'll use it instead. And then if the thing I'm going to put on top of it later with the die, it was already cut out, so it's red. But the more I look at it, the more I wished I'd used yellow on it for sure, because it's kind of dark to be on that dark tag. But it's there and it's glued down, so I guess it'll be staying. I've added foam tape to the back of the picture so it has some depth and dimension, and I can tuck this geometric die cut underneath it. But yeah, see how it's not showing up quite as well? It does in person. Watching the videos what made me think it was not showing up, but looking in person, it has a lot of texture, and so it shows up a lot better in person. I fussy cut this jar out of, I think it was a 3x4 card, I think. And I added it. I could have die cut a mason jar too, but this is so cute. I used it instead. And this is part of that die set for the bugs. And I made it colorful this time. Usually I have more neutral colors, but well, I'm going to have bright colors in this layout, so I want to go ahead and make my net bright colors too. And I tried to make my bugs similar to natural colors, but a couple of them, I was making them to go with the colors in that stripe, diagonal stripe across there, and bringing them out in other places on the layout. And then I'm going to end up adding the stripe in three places. I am layering a couple of these dies. I cut them out twice, and I am inking them, and then I'm cutting body parts off of some of them so that I will have layers on my bugs. And all the bugs have embossing. My mind went blank for a second there, but it was embossing. They all have embossing on it. The frog don't. It came in as a die all by itself. It was a standalone die all by itself. So it has no markings or anything on it. But I did consider using my Faded Dots die stencil from Tim Holtz on there, but I was afraid I couldn't tell where the center of his back was and make some little spots on his back. So then I thought, well, I'll use my gel pen instead. I forgot. I do use my gel pen on him, but I forgot about making some dots. I thought I'd make them and then ink them so that they wouldn't be white, they would be a light green. But I forgot all about it by the time I actually was messing with him and doing things with the gel pen. I was making highlights on all of them when I had the gel pen, and uh, I just didn't even think about it. I just did the highlights. And I did make three of the ants where I only made one of all the other bugs because, generally, if you see one, you're going to see more. They have a tendency to follow each other. So I did make three of them, but they're not following each other on my layout. They are kind of scattered around the page. I That one, the yellow looking bug, I was wishing I'd cut it the opposite way and had the wings as on top instead of on bottom, but it looks all right in the end. Oh, I forgot my little caterpillar. I seen it after I got done with the rest, but he's making it on the layout. There was that blue and white, it says where the wild things play, and I did add it on foam tape, and I thought I could just put my fish net. It's a bug net. It's not a fish net. I have a fish net that came with some fish, but this one is a bug net. Although they look a lot alike. I the it has a square thing with little triangles up there. Well, I decided I would just do this was already cut. It was left over from a banner from another layout. So this is like the negative part of the banner. And I thought, well, I'll still have a triangle kind of shape there if you cut that part off. So I'm just going to use it. Like I said, I'm trying to use scraps on this layout. So I always try to use them rather than cut more so that, my scraps go farther and they're not all sitting there at the end with hardly any use at all when you got to have some bigger pieces in your layout too. So I try to use them as I go, and if they're left over from one layout, use them on the next. I planned on putting that little, um, the thing I'm cutting on right now that says wild. I planned on putting it up there in the upper left hand corner, but I seen that circle, picked it up, put it on there instead. And then I seen the wild and I thought, well, I still want it on there. So I put it on the jar. So it's kind of like saying those bugs inside that jar are wild. I don't know how wild they are because, they don't look that wild. One's busy eating a leaf, and then the caterpillar's trying to get to the leaf before it's all gone. But while I'm adding different things to the layout, which is mostly bugs, and I think an arrow and a banner, I want to mention that down there below you'll find the playlist link for all the videos that are going up this month for the 30 days of sketches. And all you have to do is click on it and everything will be there. And you can just hit play and then want to play one after the other, or you could pick and choose. But uh, yeah, lots and lots of inspiration down there below with one click. I put my banner on there and it kind of, the edges, I needed a little more. That's all there was to it. So I did layer my banner. I laid the other one up there too. So they would have that darker layer and distinguish themselves from the rest of the stuff on my busy layout. I know, I love busy though. And um, I am going to add something else to it. I will forget for a little while, but I do plan on adding something and see how full my layout's getting. I'm just having so much fun. And I forgot all about my title. And you've seen I had 3 fonts. So that means it was not a short title. And so I'm going to have to work a place into putting it there. It's not exactly going to be the same as the title in the sketch. It's going to be close. It's going to be close to where it's at. But since it's longer, I had to fit it in a different way. Oh, and those little round circles I'm adding, they came out of the center of that geometric shape. I decided I was going to start saving them and see about using them on my layout because I thought I felt like I was wasting them. And so, yeah, they worked out pretty good. I think I need one more though. So I think next time I will use my punch and punch out one more. So I'll have 9 instead of 8 to put on my layout. I pulled out my arrow stamp so I could add something on that banner. I looked at what I had left in the tray and nothing was there. And I thought, well, I could go the sticker sheet or I can make an arrow and repeat the stripes again on the layout. So that's what I decided to do. And of course, since I've already done some layering, I wanted it all match and I did a little bit more. But I will realize that my title's not there. I mean, I waited till the end, basically, yeah, to realize it, but I will realize it. And my title is going to be Don't Bug Me. We're having a photo op because my son took pictures of him, Jason, and Hope in that big old tree. And I think he even took a picture of himself. I'm thinking he did. I think I have him in the tree also. But you could, it was one of those where you could see somebody else behind him. But I did the bug in the close to my heart dies. And then I used the Tim Holtz one for the don't and the me. And then the bottom one is the memory box. We're having a photo op. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. And like I said, I remembered to put the title on. It was cutting it close, but I remembered. And yeah, it's a fun sketch to do. It had lots and lots of layering, so lots of interest, texture, and fun on it. And um, there's my little fishnet thing. Fishnet. See, I'm still calling it fishnet. It's a bug net and to catch bugs with. And I do have one of the ants on there. And see, I need one more circle there. And there's the frog. And yeah, I could have put some little bumps on his back if I'd been thinking about it and remembered it. And there's that adorable little jar. Yeah, I thought it was so cute. So it went on the layout. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so very much. But see, I followed the sketch pretty good. I added my more, but I followed the sketch pretty good and pretty much stuck with it. But yeah, I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun checking out that link down there and getting all the inspiration. And don't forget about the Facebook group. Go over there and post your layout, your take on the sketch. Have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.